Hey, it's Friday night, and I don't even know what the date is. The date is February 6th. Hello, February 6th. Hello, A7C Mark II. You're back in the loop. You're back in the loop. There we go. So, how are things in Glaucomora? Where is that line from? Do you know where that line is from? It's from a song. That's right. You're doing pretty good. I'm just setting up my pillow. It's getting, we started the slide down toward cold again. Let's check the weather real quick. I can see all around now. Nope, that's not the weather app. So we'll go here in Miami, and it's 53. It feels like 46. Okay, so that's cold. For me, it's cold, trust me. For some of you, it's like child's play. It's not like that for me. So let's zip from the bottom of the country to the top, where Sammy's in New York, New Jersey area. He's 23 degrees and it's expected to go into 11 degrees tonight. Then we've got Virginia. Who is in Virginia? It's anywhere between 29 and 34 right now in the Virginia loop. Loop. Okay, did you know I'm the weatherman? Well, I'm curious. I want to see. All right, so if you're in Cincinnati, Cleveland, Columbus, in that area, hey, you're doing pretty good. You're at 24 degrees now. Usually it's -5 or 1 degree. So up in that northern area. What I need to put in here is Michigan, because Scotty's up in Michigan. So I don't know how close the Ohio strip is with Michigan. But if I remember, I'll put that in. And then we got Randy. Randy is in the San Antonio area, and it's 64 degrees. 64? It's warmer there than it is here in Miami. What? You got to be kidding me. So, yeah, and the low is 45. Let me see. What is it back here in Miami? Okay. 53, the low 46. And where Randy is, it's 64, and the low is 45. So that's what he's doing. Now, up in the Pompano area, we've got 50 degrees and a low of 40 degrees. So that's Mr. Camera Junkie and Howl. Gregory is in that area, I believe. So, who else is anybody else in Miami? I guess I'm the only one in Miami. Then when you move up by one, Fort Lauderdale, that's what you got going. So this is from the Apple app. I did not become a weatherman. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it sure is fun. The weather is cold outside. I want to go home, but baby, it's cold outside. All right, let's close the weather app. Now we're here, and the weather in here tonight is Sony A7 Mark V. So A7 Mark V is the weather in here, but we've got a little bit of an array of cameras. So I did feel sleepy. I made myself a tuna fish sandwich. Probably going to make some chocolate chip cookies. Don't tell Carlos. Okay. This is my smoothie or my iced coffee. Iced coffee, I'm getting addicted to iced coffee. So there we go. All right, so this is the Nikon ZR. It's new again to the Christmas room because it wasn't here. It left, and now it came back. So this is kind of tuned in. I'm wearing like a green sweater, a blackish blue shirt, and I can see the blue haze in there. Okay, and let's see what else we got going. So not tomorrow, Saturday, but a week from tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So the whole family is sucked in to help. So you're helping one way or another. It's just the way it is. You're going to have to help. You can't not help. Because it's kind of like the movie theater lets out right into the lobby. Or we don't call it a lobby. It's the showroom. And it's like everybody's got a sweetheart. Some people have 2. Some people have 3. I'm not judging, okay? So let's see who's in the room. Or should I show the A7 Mark V first? Let's see who's in the room. You guys are more important than the cameras, honestly. So here's Randy. He's up and awake, and he's saying hello. He's awake. How you doing, Randy? And here's James. King James. Yeah, he wrote the Bible. I didn't know you were that old. I found you. I looked to see who you are, Mr. Elvis. You make a really cool Elvis. Love me tender. Wait, I need reverb. Love me tender. Love me dear. Tell me I love you. You just can't get away with how great, how fantastic Elvis is. And just a little part of the video that I saw, James was kicking ass, kicking butt. That's a better way to speak around here. We're supposed to be nice, not saying bad things. So, welcome. Love you, James. Thank you for being here. Randy says, rotini and a meat sauce with a vanilla ice cream and a Hershey's chocolate syrup. A man after my own heart. Oh, can I come over? I'll be over tonight, but baby, it's cold outside. I want to come over tonight. I want vanilla ice cream with Hershey's chocolate syrup on it too. So, Randy, you even got a song tonight. Randy rates high. Oh, he ruins it. He ruins it. Well, like John Panay would say, a salad is not food. Get out of the line. A salad tells you there's something good coming. That's what a salad tells you. They bring you the salad. Oh boy, that means there's something good coming. I love that guy. He just cracks me up. We are that much closer to Christmas. What? We're in February. We have finished January, King James. We have finished Can you believe it? How quickly time flies. I'll be saying this in November. We're going to have our turkey in a few weeks. The family's going to get together, God willing. Can you imagine what changes are in store for this year? You ever think about it and then wonder, like, is there good things coming? Is there bad things coming? At my age, I have to wonder. Now, you guys, most of you don't have to wonder. But I have to wonder, right, James? Am I going to be here next Christmas? Or will I be having a wonderful time with vanilla ice cream, chocolate ice cream in the same bowl? It's going to be heaven. I could have both in the same bowl, okay? And I could put chocolate Hershey's syrup on there. And do they make like a, what else do I like? I like butterscotch. Oh, yes, I do. So, can you guess that I like ice cream? So here we are. We're not that much closer to Christmas. Oh, here, Scotty, I was just talking about you. So what's a good city that would not give away where you are, but I could put it in my app to see the weather? So what are you close to? It can even be the city you're in. I'm just trying to protect you and keep your privacy, in order, because many of us live like in little bedroom communities around a big city or close to a big city. So what would be the good city that would be indicative of telling me your weather, Scott? I need to know what to put into my app. And here's how. I just gave you your weather report. There is a straw around here. Oh, iced coffee. So fantastic. So fantastic. I think I've gotten addicted to something new. But Peter, what happened to hot chocolate? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It became iced coffee. Hi, Hal. I just gave your weather report. How's the weather outside? The weather outside is frightful. The fire is so delightful. But anywhere you have to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. If I don't know the words, I make 'em up as I sing along. But all the time in my heart, you're the one that I'm thinking of. Hey Debbie, what you doing out there tonight? Are you making a good dinner for me? Can I come over and have food? I promise I will bring dessert. No dairy and no nuts. I heard that we can't do that. So I'll have to bring, what can I bring? What kind of pie can you have? What kind of cake? Cake could be a good thing to have. All right, Debbie, I will bring a cake. Debbie is Hal's wife. I love singing to Debbie. I don't know why. You know why? Because she always tells me I sing good. How can you beat that when somebody keeps telling you sing good? You just want to sing more. Now when they say you sing, you were a little flat, you were a little out of pitch. Okay, see if I sing again to you. I hope you get a salad. I hope you get a salad. Get out of the line. Oh yeah, I did put coffee in here. I put 1/4 teaspoon of coffee, regular caffeinated coffee. I don't want to have a repeat of last Friday. Last Friday, I'm thinking of taking that show down because I think it's going to get me in trouble. I talked about everything I should not talk about. You name it. I could think of a few things that I didn't. Thank God I didn't think of them then. But what an incredibly pungent show last Friday was. I even spoke to Randy. I said, I can't believe how I talked last Friday night is crazy. And he just laughed at me. But anyway, so did I say hi to Woody? Hi, Woody. Hi, y'all. Hi, y'all. What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc? Where's my carrot? Gotta have my carrot. So I did the Virginia, like a slice from Virginia Beach inward. So I got to get a town that's closer for Woody and Jim Monday. That's more indicative of their weather because I think the town that I picked is too far east, too close to the ocean. So it's probably colder inland where you is. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? It's probably colder where you are. So what's the wonderful camera we got in here tonight? Huh? Is it this one? Is it possible it's this camera right here? The A7 Mark V? What a good girl. What a good girl you are. This is a really, really nice camera. And I have the Sony G lens. Yeah, it's the G lens. And it's the 10-20 f4, straight f4. It's not one of those that it's not a zoom f-stop lens. the f-stop, the aperture is not a zoom aperture. It's a fixed aperture. But with as good as this camera does at high ISO, it's fantastic. It really, 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 really is. You know, what can I tell you, Jelly Bean? So let's take a look. Here it is. Okay. It's kind of simplistic, but it has what it needs. So the back has the C3 button. So I always take the C3 button and I set it up. Can I get a little closer on that? You know, Well, there's a lot of old people in here, like old people, like Scotty. I could pick on Scotty. And, ooh, look at me zoom. So the C3 button right here where my finger is having a little temper tantrum right there, I set that so I can go back and forth between full frame and APS-C, cropped, the 1.5. And I do that because then the same lens actually goes to a cropped mode. So now this is a cropped lens already. This lens doesn't come with this camera. This just happens to be one of my favorite lenses, and it's on there. So if I walk around and make a video, it's on there. So, and then next to it is the menu. Now that's the only thing I do not like is the menu button over here. Now that's a personal preference. When I say I do not like, I'm not saying that's an error on their part. An error on their part are these dangling bits. Kind of like guys have things that dangle, you know. I don't like my things dangling. They make noise. So they did put a little thing on here to dampen it. When I say dampen it, is so that it, see if I push it out, it stays out. If I push it down, it goes right down, okay? So, but I prefer, here I can show you, I much prefer this style. This style, it's built right into the body on this side. It does stick out, but it doesn't move, and there's nothing hanging, okay? And on this side, it's actually built so it's flush on this side, and the strap would go in and come out, or go down and come out, whichever way you want to thread it. So this is the FX2. This is my favorite camera, but the A7 Mark V is absolutely no slouch. This is a winner chicken dinner camera. It's fantastic. Okay, so over here you have on the A7 Mark V, you have the button or the switch to go from movie to stills, and the S and Q, slow and quick. Okay, so that changes it. If I turn it this way, you probably could see it better. Right where my index finger is pointing. All right, so that dial is underneath the PSAM dial, which is right up here. Then you have your green intelligent dial here, and you got 1, 2, 3 presets, and then when you go in the menu, you got more. All right. Now this part of the camera, I wish they had stayed with the standard white balance and ISO here. And before you think I'm nuts, this has it that way. Okay, this is the FX2, white balance and ISO. So that is more in the professional layout. Now on this guy, it's got a function button and a record button. All right, so maybe they had to do it that way. So what I don't like I started to say, is this menu button right here. This menu button, I like to be able to operate the camera with my thumb all the way around, okay? So I'd like to push a button right here in this blank spot, and I'd like that to drop right into the menu. But you got to go over there. Now, my thumb is not that long. You know, you guys that have a short one, you know what it feels like when you're too short or your thumb just don't reach. So I actually have to use this side to go into the menu. I would have preferred that the menu would be over here. If they had to, they could put the other function button over here, or put this a little bit closer and slide the menu button right here in the middle. Then I can hold the camera in my lap or out in my hand like this, and I could push the menu button. But there is no menu button there, okay? So on the FX2, since I griped, let me show you what it does. It basically, you make it, I don't like them when they bump, okay? All right, so on this guy, you have your viewfinder here, and this one is a unique viewfinder that I haven't seen on any other camera. It will swivel all the way up, so you can actually put the camera up and you could look down into the viewfinder. You could put it at an angle, and it's very stiff. Not overly stiff, but quite stiff, okay? So it's it's not gonna flop around like, things that flop around that you don't like it when they flop around. I don't like to flop around, okay? So this one, and it locks right down into that position. And yeah, that is the only locking position right there. Now, I can hold this camera like this. Let me turn it up again. All right, and my thumb will reach the menu button, which is right here. And this is also the movie and the still button right there. Okay, so the only thing that's a little bit out of reach, thank God, is the on and off button. So if I turn it to on, it would be that switch there, but you don't have to overreach because you're not turning the camera on and off that often. So that's the FX2. And you've got your rear dial over here. All right. So now if we go back to the A7 Mark V, you've got the joystick here, and I'll have to show you where the joystick is on this one. The joystick is actually up on the top. It's right there. I'm not super happy with the joystick being up there, but it grows on you. You're not going to die, okay, because the joystick is up there. I much prefer the joystick to be down here, and guess who has it down here? The A7 Mark V. There's the joystick, and it's a really nice joystick. And this is the same joystick, okay? So do you know who has a lousy joystick? Can you guess who has a lousy joystick? Randy, stop laughing. I'll tell you who has a really lousy joystick. The new not N, but it starts with an N, the new Nikon ZR. They should have put this joystick. Find out where Sony is buying these things, because dang, this joystick works. Okay? And it just doesn't, you don't accidentally try to push it down and it goes up, or you push it down like on the Nikon and it goes to the left, and you push it down and it goes to the right. You get my drift? It just is not a good choice of hardware that they put on there. Now, true to the Sony layout, they've got this is a ring that turns. So they have this here. They've got this that turns here. Okay. They have this that turns here. You see my finger going back and forth? And they've got the front dial. So talk about controls. This camera has a lot of wonderful controls. And they have the standard, like if you have an E10 Mark II, possibly the A6700 Sony branded cameras. Okay, the eye is always to the right. Always to the right. And the display is always on the top. So this actually is a button, a 4-way button. Might even be an 8-way button. But you got top, bottom, left, and right. Then your function button is right here, which is good. And of course the joystick presses in. So the layout on this camera is very familiar, and it fits really, really nice in your hands. So it is, like I said, it is a winner chicken dinner. You can't go wrong with the A7 Mark V. Now, I've said this 100 times, so you guys have it memorized, but there are some people that just don't know. Okay, for 2 years, I ran my main camera for the Christmas room, where Christmas room has been around since, let's just name it 2008 or 2009. So it's been here, 16 years, 17 years, I've had the same set. Now, things have evolved a little bit. I've got, instead of one big massive tree back there, I now have 3 smaller trees. So one is white, all the way over there. And then the middle one is a dark green. And then the one over my shoulder here is a little lighter green. So there was an A7 Mark III that I ran the original Christmas room with. And it's because of that camera, that's how I met Gerald Undone. I was having some trouble, and I just said, the camera will not focus with face detection if you go to an HDMI output. And he said that's not true. But everybody, including me, was saying that. I was telling you at that time, and so was every other YouTuber, monkey see, monkey do. Okay, one says it and everybody else follows. The A7 Mark III, when you drop into HDMI, you lose your face detection. It will just do general focusing. And so I wrote a little email, or I contacted him, and he responded, and we set up the camera so that I was getting autofocus with face detection out through my HDMI port. Thank you, Gerald Undone. What an awesome guy. When he's not being a creep, he's fantastic. Gerald, I don't believe all that stuff I read about you. Bah! No, he's all right. He's one of the places I go to get a very, very, very solid report on the camera. More on any camera, especially the new ones that come out. And it's always story blocks, okay? And it's also that Sony has not paid me any money. They don't get to see my video ahead of time. And I get to say exactly what I feel. In other words, it's an honest review. I love it when they go, this is an honest review compared to my dishonest reviews. Anyway, he's a really cool guy. And he's got a wife and a kid. How can you not be a cool guy when you got a wife and a kid? Okay, so anyway, back to the A7 Mark V. So we have at least 3. Let's see if there's one in the front. There's not one in the front, okay? Many cameras. Let me see if this one's got. All right, so this one does not have a function button on the front either, but it does have a record button on the front. Okay, so what that means on the FX2, if I turn it around and I want to record, I don't have to go like this and look up there. Where's the damn record button? All I have to do is hit this button right here. Okay, this one right here. Darn it, I can't show you close enough. This one right here. If I hit this, you see the red behind it? It didn't light up. There's no battery in here right now. Okay. When I hit, if I'm facing myself, watch this thumb. Watch the action. Watch the Olympic grade action. Boom! I hit it right on. You want to see me do that again? Huh? You want to see me do that again? Watch the thumb come in for a landing. Boom! It hit it again. Oh, the poor girl is getting thumbed. Ah! Got her. Okay, now that will start and stop your record, and you'll get a red tally light right here. And the red tally light is designed so you can see it from the front or from the top. Okay, now that's one of the things that the A7 Mark V does not have, and that is a tally light. Let me make sure before I open my big mouth. Let's see if there's a battery in here. Yeah, come on. Okay, so let's put it, it does have a battery. Let's put it in the video mode, and let's see if anything lights up on the front when I go into record. So, oh, there's no card in the slot, so it won't drop me into record. Little bum. Gotta be a SD card somewhere. Come on. SD card? Nope, I don't have an SD card. So I wanted to see if this focus light will come on as a tally light or not. Okay. So if any, well, Randy, you got one, and Jim, you got one. Do a quick test and push the record and tell me if the tally light comes on. Because if the tally light, I'm sorry, on the autofocus light over here, right here. Okay. See the autofocus light? It's right there. Okay. So if you push record and that light comes on, it does have a form of a tally light, which is a good thing for it to have. So the reason that's a good thing is you could tell if you're recording. And it's like an important feature to know if you're recording or if you're not. So one of the guys that has this, hopefully you'll test it and tell me if the light comes on. If I had a card I could grab, I could find out right now. I got a battery, but I don't have a card. I don't have a battery in here, and I wish I had a card. I can move it over to here. Mm. My own version of the frappe mocha. Randy's going to be jelly. It's going to be jelly, jelly, jelly. So where did I leave out? Oh my gosh, Scotty is in the Popeyes lobby picking up tonight's grub. Popeyes is my favorite chicken sandwich of all of them. And then Chick-fil-A would be number 2. So, yeah, I would get the chicken sandwich even above the meals that give you like all these different chicken pieces. Now, the meals, they're still good chicken pieces. They're better than, in my opinion, they're better than KFC or anybody else. But if you want the craziest good chicken sandwich, ooh la la, one of the best chicken sandwiches that you can get, that's at Popeyes. So pick up a chicken sandwich on your way home for me, Scotty. Okay. So where did I go? I went with What's Up Doc. Scotty's in. So that means he's getting me a chicken sandwich, and it's 19 degrees right now in Michigan. Well, if you give me a city, on the app, I don't know if you've got the iPhone app or the iPad or even on the computer. I think you're on Windows anyway. I have to put in a city, and then it'll say, is that Michigan? And I'll say, yes. And then I can do that. So I'm enjoying this coffee. I'm glad Roy's not here yet. He would get jealous that I'm having the best iced coffee. Oh, my God. It's fantastic. So Scott says it's 19 degrees, but I don't know what city you're near. Warmer weather is coming your way, Peter. Yeah, it happens over there, and then it comes across the Gulf of America and winds up coming here to Miami. So warmer weather is coming my way. James is asking me, are you a Haagen-Dazs fan, Peter? Yeah. Haagen-Dazs, I just saw a thing on ice cream. And most of these ice creams have a lot of crap in them that you don't even know. You really have to dig deep. And the 2 highest ice creams, 3, is the third place was Tillamook, which is my favorite ice cream. Okay. Then is Haagen-Dazs is in second place. We're talking about ice cream that doesn't have a lot of junk in it, and it's still one of the best tasting. So it can't taste like crap and be very healthy, okay? It's got to taste good. Now, Haagen-Dazs is one of my favorites. The chocolate peanut butter is one of my favorite flavors. And when I think of Randy, one of his favorite flavors is pralines and cream, although he likes vanilla. Actually, all of us. We all enjoy a good ice cream. And the number 1 is Jill's, which when I go to Publix, I'm going to look and see if they even carry Jill's, and I'm going to probably try one. But if the price is comparable, I'd rather go with Haagen-Dazs. I like the Haagen-Dazs chocolate peanut butter is my favorite. The Tillamook chocolate peanut butter is my favorite. And I have not tried Jill's ice cream yet, so I can't say anything about how good it is, or even the pricing. Sometimes these boutique ice creams are really very expensive. So the ones that were, for me, disappointing was Ben & Jerry's. I will never buy that one again. They didn't do the Publix premium ice cream, so I'm going to have to look at the ingredients. So the problem with the ice creams and what they're calling it as a healthy ice cream, as healthy as ice cream can get, is the ingredients, where they put things in the ice cream that are just detrimental to your health. And it surprises me. So Ben & Jerry's is off the list. You know what else surprises me? Bluebell or Blue Bunny, whatever the blue one is, the big round tub, that one failed. It has got stuff in there that's just plain not healthy. So I'll buy one of those when I want a really big tub of ice cream. Okay. I think it's Bluebell. And then there's a couple of Edie's. Edie's failed. Briars and Myers and whatever the Ayers are, those failed. So the good news for me is one of my favorite ones, which is Haagen-Dazs, James, which is what you asked. I love Haagen-Dazs, okay? The chocolate is so nice. Vanilla is, oh my God, it goes down so smooth. Ah, vanilla. It's just amazing. So, yep. Okay. Oh, Roy is here. I can't tell you what I'm drinking here, Roy, because it would just break your heart. But oh my God, Roy, it is so delicious. Wait, let me double check and make sure. Okay. Iced coffee with ice cubes in it. And a teeny weeny baby little shot of chocolate powder. And another little shot of milk. But I use the lactose-free, ultra-filtered milk. So Woody says, Richmond, Virginia. I can remember that one. Is that close enough to Jim Monday too? If that is, that'll fix it. That'll fix it for me. Okay. Yes. Last Friday you were cooking, Uncle Peter. Uh-oh, you saw it. That's what makes you Mr. 305. Oh, what's that song I like, James? Since you're on stage, you're gonna know the songs. They go through the area codes. I forgot how the tune goes. Doggone it. Da 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 da. No, it's not coming to me. But it's one of my favorite songs. And they go through the different bop 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 in the 305 dot dot. Yeah, it's coming. Little by little, I'm extracting it. It's like pulling teeth, okay? So, yes, I'm in the 305. That could be a good title for if I make another channel to do something. What would I want to channel? I thought of something I wanted to make a channel for. And what was it? It was something special. Oh, a specs chat channel. Just like the videos would be, this is the Sony A7 Mark V. It has a 33 megapixel sensor. I'd have to list 2 or 3 because I need to make 4 or 5. And it's like, you know how you look things up on Google? Does this have open gate? Okay. So I could have like a short video, 30 seconds or whatever they call it. The A7 Mark V does not have open gate, but it has 16:9, 4:3 square, and whatever else. I'd have to list it out. Okay. And then another video would say the A7 Mark V. It has RAW, JPEG, and it also does HEIF. And that would be, it'd be a little more flavorful than I'm putting now, because these things, there's too many cameras to remember all the specs. But it would be little spec videos, because so many times I want to look something up and I can't find it. So does the FX2 have open gate? This is the FX2. It does not carry open gate. You have to use this, and I'd rattle down the specs for the videos. And then I could do the same thing for the A7 V. I could do the same thing for the Nikon ZR. I could do the same thing for the FX30. I mean, we could just go running through the newest and the bluest that we got going. Hi, Peter, and everybody else. Hi, Gregory. I just gave you your weather report at the beginning of the show. I had fun, in case you're wondering, what the hell are you laughing at? It's a damn weather report. I had fun doing it. For a second, I thought you were announcing you had a Canon R1. You know, It's the flagship camera for Canon. Yes, it is. Just like the D. What are we up to on Nikon? Is the flagship camera. But I'm at the age now where I'm not looking for the flagship camera. I really want to talk to people. And I want a good image. Like this camera right now, the Lumix S5 Mark II, when it was brand new, everybody couldn't stop talking about it. Then they came out with an X and it overshadowed this. Now they have the S1, okay, Mark II, I believe, and it overshadows it. But you want to know something? This kicks out an amazing picture. Look at it. It's just a winner chicken dinner. All the cameras that I'm running in here, some are old and some are new. And they all can, it's hard to buy a bad camera. So if you're scrambling in your mind and just shaking in your chair that you might make the wrong choice, it's hard. It's actually a little feature here or a little feature there, and that's it. And if you can get over that little feature, you're in like Flynn, okay? So here's the ZR. The ZR actually has right now the Mega Adapt, I think it's the 21, Randy will tell me which one it is, adapter on it, which allows me to put all my Sony lenses. So I have a Sony Carl Zeiss lens. I believe it's the planar, but we could look it up if you want to, but just take my word for it. It's a very expensive lens, okay? It's the only f1.4 I've got in here. So, and it actually puts out a great picture. That's why I put it here, because it gives me a fantastic picture. I could put another 50 millimeter on here, okay? And I might, the problem with this lens is it's the weight, and it wants to pull down the ball head, the, what do you call it? The small rig ball head will slowly start to drift. So if I start to go like this, like this, like this, okay, it's sliding down. So I have to turn the screw tight so that this way the ball head doesn't go forward because it is very loose. Now, this is a tripod where the head is built in, okay? And this is my favorite one of all of them. And the reason is it's got a handle that you loosen and you go up and down, okay? So it will skew up and down. It also has, and then you tighten it. Then it's got another screw, like a big wing nut, that you turn on that, and you turn it left and right. So this is the easiest one to tune in, because I can go and up and down with the nose, the lens, and I can go left and right without upsetting everything. Okay. Now, when we go over to the next guy, which is the Lumix S5, that's a ball head tripod. You loosen the ball head, and it's like, oh, it's all over the place. You don't have like a macro where you can turn it just a little bit, and you don't have the ability just to turn it up and down, so you lose your level. All right. So those are the tripods that are my favorite. Okay. Even the Manfrotto that are the gun kind where you squeeze it, well, it's great. Okay, but as soon as you squeeze it, you lose your position. And on the camera that we're on now, it's got a cheap $25 tripod, and it's got a separate adjustment just for up and down, like this, the angle, and it's got a separate adjustment for the swivel, left and right. And you could swivel all day long and never, ever interrupt in your angle up and down. And that's what I like. Now, on this guy, it's a bald head. Ball head, not bald. Ball, B-A-L-L, like you, balls, right, you got it. Okay. So as soon as I loosen that, I try so hard to loosen it just a little bit so I have some friction. But 8 out of 10 times, I go too far, and then all of a sudden, the camera will do this. Or this, okay? You can't just raise the angle just a little bit up or down, okay? And that's what that tripod does. It's a cheapie. And you can't just turn it left and right. Now, the trouble is that tripod head, the tripod with the head comes together. So you can't remove that head. For $25, I'd buy 2 more right now and put one on each one of these cameras. And then it'd be so easy to raise the angle or lower the angle, and it would be very easy to swivel left and right. But it's crimped. It's crimped into the tripod. They don't allow me to separate it, okay? Because if it was separatable, dang, I'd get those and just take the heads and work them. So I have not found a quality as easy as that cheap tripod. If I could figure out how to get that head off of there, maybe I need to do another, take another look at it. And I'm not looking to buy a $200 tripod heads. I got to put 2 more in here. So 200 and 200 is 400. In the middle of the month, I've got the Ecamm bill coming up. And I'm almost there. And if I need more money, I'm coming and I'm telling you guys. Because you guys, you look in the description, okay? There's the donation buttons. For Ecamm, don't send a donation for Amazon. Send a donation for Zelle. Zelle drops the money right into my bank account. So I think I'm going to make it on that. It should do okay. But if I don't, when we get close to next weekend, I'll let you know. And then you can use the donation button. I'll let you know how much I'm short. And whoever wants to donate can donate. Because you guys did that for me already. Okay. So let's see. What camera are we on? We're on the A7C Mark II. That's another under the radar fantastic camera. What's going to be really amazing is when they take what they've learned in the A7 Mark V and they put it in the A7C Mark II, and they also put it in the FX2, which it'll become a Mark II. You're going to see Sony just move ahead of everybody else. So what did they do that's so fantastic? Okay, they did like Apple did, where they took the GPU and the CPU and the pathways and the part that handles the path of the power. They put it all in one chip called the XR Mark II chip. So this one has the XR, which is 3 individuals. That's going to build up heat. But thank God, this has a fan built into it. No overheating problems, okay? But I can imagine what this would look like if it didn't have the fan, because it didn't need it. Or maybe a half the size of the fan that's in here. Now, the A7 Mark V, they have no fan. If you open the back, it's got no fan, okay? It's got the old style, which I have keep complaining. You grill, wherein if this was an A7 Mark IV, you could cook pancakes on here, or scrambled eggs, or bacon, because the camera gets quite hot. It will overheat if you have the A7 Mark IV. That doesn't mean it's going to overheat every single time, but that means that your camera is prone to overheating. And the Sonys have always been prone to overheating. You know how they fix that? Very simple. Put a fan in it, okay? So if I open the back on here to show you how well they simplified this, okay? These are the grills. They suck in air. And it goes right across this way, and it exits right here. See those vent grills there? So that blows out the hot air, and it pulls the hot air right across where the sensor is, back here. All right? So this has everything you need in it. It's not prone to overheating because of the fan. But if you have the A7 Mark IV, then you don't have a fan. This body is the same, almost the same as the A7 Mark IV. You have a very, very almost shiny black surface here, smooth, more important than it being black, okay? But they did something that lowers the heat draw, the electrical draw, Okay, it gets a lot more pictures on here than you'll get on your A7 Mark IV. Okay, and the camera does not overheat. So that makes it winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, so that becomes one of the reasons why the A7 Mark V really excels at what it's doing. Hey, Peter, Michael Kings, 7504. Hi, Michael. I thank you for not looking and coming in here and saying hello in the Christmas room. So I appreciate that. So thank you. Hi, Peter. Hey, back at you. Hey, back at you. What part of the world are you in? And don't tell me you're in Miami, too. We're going to have a little club meeting down here. All right, so Roy, I miss buttons down the left, tilty screen, stuffed up this. Okay, now, thanks for bringing up tilty screens. So let's quickly go back here. This has a very unique tilty screen, okay? And that is, it will tilt. Let's get this, back in the picture. That tape is there, so I know that's the center. And I still will go up here or over here, and it's like, gosh, can't you learn? All right, anyway. So now I'm on my tape. See, there's the tape. All right, so the tilty screen will go this way and that way, which is how the tilty screen started years ago. That's all you had. You could tilt down and you could tilt up, all the way up like that. So you could look right down into the camera and see your picture. Okay? Let me turn that on. All right, so you could look right now. You're seeing the front. This is what I see, okay, in the front. All right? So, and I could pull this out so it bypasses the viewfinder. So I could put this in my lap, and it looks like I'm just looking at my lap all the time. And in the meantime, bam, 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 I'm shooting pictures. So that's the way the original tilty screens were. And then this one will also tilt all the way around, okay, where now you're seeing me. Hi, I can see you in there, okay. And they combined both of those mechanisms into the one. So that kind of a tilty screen is a winner, winner, chicken dinner, okay. So let's come back. Hi, Nikon. What'd you do? Get jealous on me? Is that what happened? You got jealous? Okay, you're back. You can calm down. Okay. So Roy says Sony is improving, but Nikon and camera still have the best ergonomics. Yeah, that's because they had the best ergonomics early on, and they just stayed with what they got. Now, the A7 Mark V, I can tell you the ergonomics on this would be equal to a Nikon or a Canon. That's how good they've gotten with their ergonomics. The ergonomic means how it feels in your hand, how well it functions and it works. Okay. Oh, Randy's sending me messages. I better check and see if I'm off the air. Randy. And let's double check. Do I have mic? Yes, I have mic. So I can't imagine. Oh, he's telling me where the SD cards. I'm not getting up. I'm staying here in my seat. Okay, so let's turn the phone off. All right, so this is a new style camera. It's generally a new layout. It's like the FX30, the FX3, and now they have the FX2. This doesn't have the viewfinder. The FX3, I don't believe has a viewfinder, and the FX30, I don't believe that has a viewfinder either. I'd have to, let me double check, because I don't want to say something that major that might just plain be wrong. Oh, I can't, I don't have a mouse. I'm going to have to get a mouse over here, because I was going to look it up and see the FX30 and the FX3. Now, the FX2 does have the viewfinder and it's a swiveling viewfinder. See it over here? It swivels, okay? And that is a new breakthrough. I'm guessing you're going to see that on the FX30 Mark II, and I'm guessing you'll see that on the FX3 Mark II, okay? So that is what we've got going. Roy says, because of the 4-inch screen, I'll forgive the ZR's weaknesses. I bet you won't. If I tell you what the biggest weakness on the ZR is, I'm willing to bet you won't forgive it. And I'm not gonna say what it is right now, but it is shocking. It is beyond shocking. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Okay? For some people, it would knock the camera out as being a contender. Okay? Just the way it is. It's in plain view. It's not something they're hiding. Okay? So it's it's a something that's public, but when you start to work with the camera and not on a tripod, I'll give you some clues. When you start to work with the camera, not on the tripod, you're going to walk around with the ZR, and I did. With the original ZR I had in here, I walked around. I was flabbergasted how good it did in low light. I was flabbergasted how it just hooked on to my eye, and even right through the next room, which is very dark, the white box on my eye never left. So it's got some amazing things, and the biggest call that it's got is what? It's got the red profiles in it, and that makes the camera very, very attractive. Now, the 4-inch screen, when we move over to the next one, out of all the cameras that are here, Lumix S5 Mark II, Sony A7 Mark II, Nikon ZR. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. That is the only camera where from here, even at 4 inches, as much as I can't see sometimes, the full-size 55-inch television, and I can't read, like right now, I can't read the time. It's in the upper right-hand corner, and the softbox is next to it, and it blinds my eyes. And it makes it so I can't read what the time is. So if I want to see what the time is, I'd have to tap on here, and it's 10:50. Oh my God, we've gone the hour. Okay, so let's get going on this thing. So that 4-inch screen, that is just plain lovely. Okay. Roy says SD cards are obsolete anyway. That's only your opinion. I like SD cards. They are the sweet spot. It's not like a pill that you could swallow like the micro SD. The CF Express is very nice, a little hunkier. It's got more weight to it, and the biggest problem is the price. The price is just out of this. It's SD cards is where it's at, baby. The SD card is the sweet spot. I used to be so pissed when we went from CF cards to SD cards, and I used to say, it's a toy. It's like a toy. But you want to know something? There's no pins. You can't bend it. You can't break it. I'm sure you can snap it if you try it hard enough. But nobody here is going to try and snap their SD card. And you could clean it with alcohol and a Q-tip, and you've got fresh surface again. You actually have the surface. On the old CF cards, there were pins that went in there. If you bent a pin in your camera, you're out. Strike 1, strike 3, strike 2, and you're out. Okay? You do it in the right order. All right? So you're not out with the SD card. All right? It's just a very, very hefty, itsy bitsy polka dot bikini. That's what she wore. Okay, Sly's here. Hello, Peter and fellow Peter-tarians. So I didn't put in Tulsa. So, got to put that in so I can give the weather up there because Sly's in the Oklahoma area. Alrighty. So, hi to Sly and everybody. Kyle is also in Oklahoma. Who else is up in Oklahoma that watches me? I think Carlos goes over and visits somebody in Oklahoma. So, hello, Sly. Good to hear from you. Hope you're feeling better, and more better. I want you to be betterish. Okay? Yes, we can just keep her in our prayers. Scotty says Spring Lake, Michigan. Okay, so it's okay to say that? Is that the big town? Is it near like Detroit, Michigan? Or I can't think of another name of a town in Michigan besides Spring Lake. That's all I need to know. Roy, what's on your mind? I can't imagine what's on your mind. Let me see. I will tune in with my Spock intelligence, and I think Roy is thinking of coffee. Is that what you're thinking of, Roy? Oh, look, he even wrote it down for us. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Do you like coffee, Roy? I can't imagine you would like coffee. I thought you said you didn't like coffee, and that when you saw coffee, you just poured it out. You didn't like coffee at all, not even a little bit. Well, you guys that don't know, Roy loves coffee, okay? So James says, did you make a fat whale? Oh, white. See, I told you. Oh, there's a lot of glare. I'm going to have to clean the glasses. Where's my Windex? Norm? Where is Norm? Norm, where's my Windex? He's the only one that could find it. Yes, I believe I made a flat white. Someone asked that last week, so now I know what that is. You guys are just trying to push my buttons. So, ice cream and coffee all in one. Dang. We are. Boy, look at this picture. Why does that look like that? That's better. Not that shoulder, that shoulder. If you go to your left from that shoulder, I have a new little white light in front of the red flowers over there. You can see it kind of reflecting. Let's see if I can get my thumb. Now get the arm to go over. Right there. That's a rechargeable white light. It's a failure because I bought it for a reason. It'll run overnight, not plugged in, and then you recharge it. Randy, I meant to ask you. It's got the plug that looks like a little tiny HDMI plug, but it's not an HDMI plug. So I don't know what that is, but I need to get one of those because it came with one and I kind of misplaced it. So to recharge it, I need to find another one of those plugs. It plugs into the USB port or the little battery chargers on the one side. And then on the other side, it looks like a mini HDMI plug. In other words, it's longer on top, like that, and then shorter on the bottom. And then there's the slit inside. And that's what recharges that. But I haven't had to recharge it, and I've used it 3 times in here. So it's if you want a light, I should make a video on that. Thank you very much, whoever just sent that mental telepathy right to my mind. Okay. So Roy is saying hello from Australia all the way to Oklahoma. He's saying hi to Sly. Hi to Sly. That rhymes. Okay. All right. Randy says the A75 does not have a tally light. Thank you. Just the recording frame red light on the LCD screen. Which those are a big improvement, honestly, too. Okay. But the tally light makes it special. That's it. That's it. Roy has had it. I'm off to the kitchen. I'm going to refill my coffee. You just heard me finish this one. Oh my God. So good with ice cubes and a little bit of cream. Oh my gosh. So Roy has exploded. He's off to the I just looked up your name and there was videos and I was looking at your videos. Okay? That's good that you figured out my name. So I wouldn't say it if you didn't say it yourself publicly. So I wouldn't want to without permission. But you have it listed there in a couple of places. And I said, oh, it's Elvis. His name is Elvis. But it's not. He's King James. He's like connected to the Bible somehow. So anyway, it feels so much more personal. You're such a nice guy. So I like to call you James. Hey, James. Jim. How you doing, Jim? Nice. We're going to go out for pie, okay? We're going to order 2 of every pie. I'll have 2 of every pie. What movie is that from? Come on, guys. What movie is that? I'll have 2 of every pie. Michael says, hi, Peter. Long time no see. How are you doing? I'm doing good. The question is, what are you doing? Not how. If you're here, you're doing all right. Unless there's something wrong, tell me. I'll stop and I'll pray for you right now, and you know that I will. Okay? But what are you doing? What you doing? Roy says, I miss the Zeiss lenses when they were made in Germany. Where is it made now? In Japan? So King is talking to Roy. Roy is talking to King. Roy is talking to James, and James is talking to Roy. And Roy is talking to James. Oh, but James talking to me now. Uncle Peter, I still haven't found a better tripod than my Chatiliers with Flowtex socks. I like how you come up with the weirdest things. They're so much fun, especially when I have to pronounce it. And then I can make a mistake and get away with saying shitlets, whatever that is. And Flowtex sticks. I just love my Flowtex sticks. I have no idea what they are, but it fits in the song. Oh, I did turn off my reverb. I don't need reverb for Flowtex sticks. That's the name of my new channel, Flowtex Sticks. Flowtex Sticks. Flowtex Sticks. It just rolls over your... What's that new channel that you like? Everybody is talking about Flowtex Sticks. It's got Peter Gregg on it. Thank you. Boy, we get the best ideas. Where's Drunken Donuts? I love that name. He was here last week. And my ZR has slipped. I can fix it. Yes, I can. My ZR has slipped. See, that's with the tripod. I dare not loosen that ball head. Never loosen your ball head tripods unless you got a good grip on the tripod. Okay? So, now it sounds like a joke, but it's not, because it'll just take you completely out of what you were tuning in. That's what I have against it. That's why I like the one that will give me complete control over up and down, not up and down height, but angle up and down, and it'll give me complete control over swivel. If you're in the market for a tripod, see if you could find that. And don't go for price, because I have one that works like that, but it's a piece of crap. As soon as I loosen it, it's the mechanism that tightens and loosens. It's just so cheap, and the cheap tripod does better than that tripod, that head. And that's just the head. I have that in the kitchen, okay, because once that's set up, I actually don't move it. So James and Roy are kibitzing. They're talking to each other. And then Roy eventually pops his head up from the water and says, what was the Blackmagic Pocket camera, the first of that layout? That's the one that looked like an angle. The camera was like angled down like that. Was the BM Pocket the first of that layout? I've never seen another one like that. I even think they moved away from that angular camera. So the camera's actually set, the whole back of the camera. The front is straight. It has to be straight. Your lens can't be at an angle. But the whole back of the camera is, if I can pull this out, is kind of like that. Okay, see how it's angled? But the whole body comes out and meets the angle. So I think it was the first and only. I've never seen another one like it. So Randy says, no, the Sony FX3, FX30 have no EV. So there you go. I bet you a nickel, unless there's a reason that it would be a problem, that this viewfinder is going to make it, and the processors from here, the new single XR Mark II processor, is going to trickle down into all the Mark IIs, or Mark III in the case of the A7 Mark II, okay, is going to trickle down, and then Sony will be ahead of the game again. It will have an actual camera that doesn't need heat control, because just like the Mac Mini with the M1, and now we're all the way M2, M3, M4, those fans hardly ever come on. I have the Studio Mac in here, the M2, and it handles everything beautifully. And I think, Randy, you got what? Something up a couple of higher notches than the M2? Do you have an M4? Or are you at M3? Okay, so Roy and James are talking to each other. Okay. And here's Mama. Evelyn White came to say hello. You certainly did. Hi, Evelyn. How you doing, pretty lady up in Michigan? I missed you coming in. Oh, set a spell. Let's have some coffee and cake together and enjoy the evening. She's so pretty, so pretty, so pretty. Evelyn, I just want to sing a song for you. And for those of you that didn't know, she's the mama of Scotty. Scotty's mom is in the room. She is here with us tonight. Hi there, Evelyn. I'm glad you came to say hello. Hello, Norm. I haven't sung to you, sir, up in Toronto. I'm singing to you now, our good friend Norm. Hey, Norm, how you doing? Got to make sure I turn the church off. Okay. So saying hi to Norm. Boy, Norm, you've been here so many years. God bless you. Merry Christmas, Peter. Good evening, Greggies around the world. It's another yilly chilly evening in Toronto. The wind chill is going to be minus 30 Celsius. Oh, that's really cold. So it's minus 32 where I believe it's a minus 32. Anybody that knows, Norm? Where the Celsius and Fahrenheit meet. I think it's minus 32. I could be wrong. It could be plus 32. I know it was something with 32. Okay. So good to see you, Norm. Did you get the kids tonight? Did you guys eat? Did you get the chicken? Did you get the chicken? Or did you tell them, get out of the line? I was looking for you before. I couldn't find the Windex. My glasses are kind of not foggy, but it's got that film on it that's causing glare. Do you have a suggestion how I can get my direct strobe to be less harsh for stills? My goodness, Scott. I have a great suggestion on how you can get your flash unit to actually be a little softer. Not within my reach. What a dummy. Oh, you want to know something? I sold one this week. That's a blessing from the Lord. But there's something, if you go to petergreg.com It's called a Better Bounce Card Flash Diffuser. It's the best diffuser on the market. Yes, it is. It's so light you don't even know it's on your flash. And what it does is it diffuses the light so it's nice and soft and it's not harsh and it answers all your prayers that you've been praying all these years. Oh, here's the all black version. There's a white version where it's black on the back and white on the front. And what happens is the flash goes straight up and it also bounces off the back, okay, and goes forward. So you get two mints in one. So why do we have an all black version of it? There's a very, very good secret. And one day I'm going to teach you the secret of why there's an all black version, where all of them are black on the back, so they look good on your camera. They look good on your flash unit, okay, and white on the front. But this one is black and black. Ooh, black on black, so rich, okay. So just remind me to put a black and white one here too. So when we start to talk about it, I'm looking everywhere. Don't have an SD card when I need one. Don't have the Better Bounce card when I need one. Wait, I am on wheels. Watch. Woo! I can roll. I can wiggle when I walk, and I can grab one from here. Okay? I'll have to get up and grab one from here. And then watch this. I can roll back right into my original spot. It made it so that I don't have to buy no chair. I have the most comfortable chair, got a nice pillow. And if I lean over to this side here, I get the little white light over here on my shoulder. And I get some woodwork over here. Oh my God, we are cooking with gas. So here is the Better Bounce card. White on this side. This wraps around your flash unit. Okay, which camera are we on? Over here. So this wraps around the flash. It's got a stretchable Velcro belt. Okay. And if you've got an external flash, like the kind that fits in the hot shoe, this is, I'm sorry to say it this way because I make these, but this is the best flash diffuser you can get. It actually produces and makes two lights, because when your flash unit is aiming straight up, yes, I do have a flash unit. Geez, miracles will never cease. Okay. So if I put this on the flash unit, pull the belt around the front, okay, this is what it looks like. And this sits right on the camera in the hot shoe, and it makes a flash. Now, if you turn your camera this way, golly gee whiz, Batman, the light's going in the wrong direction. The light's going in the wrong direction. Oh my. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. So you know what you do? You just grab this, you push the button, and you just swivel it. Instant. And now you're in the right direction. This a Better Bounce thing is awesome. It really is awesome. So someone might ask, like Scotty, where do I buy this, Peter? Go to petergregg.com, Grgg, GG, like GG, like the movie, okay? And you could buy a package of 2, 3, or 4. And you get to pick out what size you want, because it comes in teeny weeny, itsy bitsy polka dot bikini. That's so this way you don't look so conspicuous. Then it comes in the regular size, and it comes in a giant size, comes almost up to here, a little higher, okay? And you can buy a package of 2 or 3, and you get to pick which size you want. You want all 3 of them to be the regular size. You want to mix a small and a large. You want a large and a huge, the mega one. You get to pick. I don't make the packages. You make the package. So there is the best flash diffuser you can get, Scott, and that will fix it so that your flash is not so harsh. I know that is a big problem that you have, but now we solved it. You can go to petergregg.com and get a better bounce card flash diffuser. This guy Peter Gregg invented it. So anyway, Scotty set me up so that I can do a commercial on my stuff. Thanks, Scotty. Scotty always has my back every single time. The worst cards, compact flash. Oh, and then the memory sticks. Oh, those were terrible too. Okay, Uncle Peter, what lights are you using in the studio? Godox, Nantel, Nantucket, Charlotte, Atlanta, Georgia? No, none of those. I'm using a softbox. You want to know? I don't even know what brand they are. But they have the silk material on the front. And I have, there's a 200 equivalent to a 200 watt equivalent. Okay, they're kind of like 25 watts. Okay. But equivalent to a 200 watt, and it's 2700 K on the bulbs. And I have a 200 watt in that one, equivalent to 200 watts. 200 watt in that one, equivalent to 200 watts. The power consumption is low. The soft boxes are mounted to the ceiling, so I don't have stands, so I don't trip when I walk. I have a tendency to trip, okay? So you guys that have been here know that I've got as much of this crap off the floor as I can, okay? And when Sly came here, she was angry because of cable management, because my cables are all over the place. So I cleaned it up, but it's messy again. So anyway, so that's the lights that I'm using. So it's 2 soft boxes, and then I got the lights going on in the trees. I've got, let's get the hand up here. I've got a little lamp. See these little things like a lamp, this little lamp here, and the lights that are going on in the trees? It gives life to the picture. The picture just generally looks better, okay? And you give yourself a little bit of dimension. Otherwise, it would be very, very flat. Oh, I do have a another softbox on top of me right behind me. So you see how my hair is shiny, but it doesn't come down and cause, see in this corner right here, you get a little bit of a shine, okay? Because the hairline is receding probably. And the softbox that's on the top is causing that little spot right there. Nobody would notice it unless I just happen to mention it, okay? So it makes my shoulders light up, which gives it, again, some depth, and it lights up my hair, okay? So I have a channel called White Hair Stories. And I dim the front lights, and then my white hair glows like I'm an angel. And then I tell stories. 4 of my tripods are Manfrotto. That's what I have. But the other heads, like RRS. Any of the tripods that you have do a motion like that, separate with a motion like that, that's not a ball head, because as soon as you loosen the ball head, it's like doing the hula hoop, okay? You could actually lose the level. The level will come out. But on the tripod that we're on right there, I could just loosen, I turn it like that, and it loosens it, okay? And I could raise that stick or lower that stick. Fairly smooth for a $25 tripod. You'd expect it to go creak, 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 but it's fairly smooth, okay? And when you do that, it doesn't change the tilt left or right, so that I have my horizon still level once I set it up the way I want, okay? And then when I tighten that down, my up and down angle stays. And then what if it's not in the center? You notice how I'm in the center? Well, I'm in the center without any digital zoom at all. So if I click off the digital zoom, okay, let's find it. Okay, so this is the full picture, and then I zoom it in a little bit, and then I can move it left or right as I see fit. Okay, so I like that head. So Roy, if you know of that head, I'm listening. And please don't pick out a $300 or $400 head. I'm not doing that. It's not worth it to do that. It's only the cameras are all set the way they are. But whenever I get a new camera, I go through quite an ordeal. And then I'll sit down, I'll look at the camera, and the camera's like that. And I'm going like, what the heck is up? What the heck is up with that? I'd have to straighten the camera out. I have to turn on the level control over there but once I need that kind of a head. So Jim is talking to Roy. Boy, you guys are really best friends. I like that. I'm jealous. I am jealous. Roy and James are just chat. So let me ask you, Roy, did you know that King's name was James? Okay. So we'll put a star on that one because we're going to come back to it. You know what I'm talking about. Minus 30 is minus 22. So if you go down two more, I bet you they both match. 32 is the one that matches each other. Minus 32 equals 0. Minus 32F equals 0C. So what's the number where they both equal each other? That's what I was trying to think. 40C equals 105 Fahrenheit. Okay. Scotty says, what is an APS-C sensor? So I don't know why you're asking that, but that is an interesting question. So the full frame sensor is full frame. What makes it full frame? It's the same size as a 35 millimeter negative. So to save money when they first started making these sensors, they made one that is half, 1.5, okay, half shorter, okay. So that is a 1.5 crop. So if you take the full size, okay, and you crop it 1.5, you get a smaller sensor. But then all your lenses get a field or a focal view of a 1.5 crop. So to make it easy, okay, 100 millimeter would become what? It would become 150, a 1.5 crop. A 50 millimeter, now these I have memorized, okay. A 50 millimeter is like an 85 millimeter. And different cameras, it might be 84, 83, okay, but a 50 millimeter, it's usually one size up is the crop. So a 24 would act like a 35 focal. A 35 focal will act like a 50, but it's usually 47 or 48. Now, there is an in the middle crop. It's a 1.3 crop. And that is a sensor, the APS-C sensor, was used for many years by Canon. It's pretty much extinct, but somebody might pop up with it again. It would make sense, especially if they could sell the camera. So imagine the FX2 or the A7 IV on the Sony, or the Nikon that we were just looking at, okay? Imagine if it was an APS-C. It would not be a 1.5 crop. It would be a 1.3 crop. And it's very, very handy. It's one of the better crops, and it disappeared, okay? So anyway, that's what that is, Scotty. 100 degrees Celsius is 212. Well, that would be, isn't that the boiling point, I think? Methinks. An APS-C sensor is now largely obsolete. Digital camera sensor sizes that sit between APS-C and full frame, featuring a 1.3 times crop. He's very right. But, yeah, they are obsolete, but I got a feeling somebody's going to bring it in. You know who I think is going to bring in an APS-C sensor? I think Fuji is going to do that, okay? Because they don't have a full frame. They go right from a 1.5x, the APS-C, all the way to medium format. So it would fit very nicely with them. So that is all I can say. So Celsius is less precise than Fahrenheit, but still an accurate way of measurement. Actually, Kelvin, 0 is freezing and 100 is boiling. Ah, there you go. That's easy to remember. Okay, so Randy and Roy are talking. Randy is talking on the Kelvin scale, which is a temperature of color, which is used for scientific purposes, and based on absolute zero, the freezing point of water is 273.5 Kelvin, and the boiling point is 373 Kelvin at standard atmospheric pressure. I don't know all that. Okay. Come on, guys. Let's get out of these temperatures. Jeez. When I'm cold, I'm cold. I don't give a shit what it's called. No problem. I'm losing hair, Peter. It will grow somewhere else. Yeah, well, exactly where we don't. It's going to grow out of our nose. Then you got to start trimming your nose. Newer has a nice, cheap, sideways ball head. I don't know what that means, sideways. Does it kind of do what I want? I'll look it up if it's important. The ZV-1 uses micro USB cable. Is it micro USB for charging? Okay, so that's the kind of cable I need, which connects to the USB terminal. Okay. Then that's what I need to look up, because I need it for that light, to charge that light. And I believe the ZV-1, wherever it wound up, what's on my desk, also takes the mini, what did you call it? Micro USB. Okay. So charging takes approximately more than 2 hours, almost 3. Peter, I believe that you have a battery charger that works on the ZV-1 and the Mark II. Okay, that is cool. But that battery charger, there's on that light right there where my finger is. That light that my finger's on, tickle, tickle, all it has is the plug. I don't have access to a battery. There's no compartment on the bottom. So here we go. Roy is having a conversation with Randy, and Randy is giving me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. I'll take the thumbs up. Everybody that's here, if you haven't given me a thumbs up, do it, do it, do it. Oh, I'm 498 subscribers. I need 2 more. Whoever's in here that hasn't subscribed, or get your friend or somebody, I need 2 subscribers to get to 500. Come on, somebody's got to help. I feel so close and so far, both at the same time. What a feeling. Toyota. Okay, so. Fuji has a baby medium format, smallest of the medium format sensors. I wish they made a camera, anybody. Now, I'm not picking on Fuji, okay, that was as good as these. All right. So Fuji has really screwed it up with their focusing system. They got one camera's got the better one, then it's got this one, and then it's got that one. It just never gets to the place where I want it. So James says something he wants is a 44 by 33 medium format. Roy says, I worry about charging batteries in the camera. Failure means bloated battery destroying the camera, and then how do you get it out? Have you ever seen a battery bloat? It's ugly. I have needle nose pliers. Thank you very much. All right, guys, we got to the bottom, and thank you for hanging out with me. And as usual, Randy will take us out. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, everybody. Stay safe and keep smiling. Cheers. And if the bridge isn't up, Peter will be back next week. If God is willing, I can't leave God out, right? God is the center of my universe. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. And I can say it live on the air. We are in the U.S. of A. Oh, The Super Bowl is Sunday. Anybody going to watch the Super Bowl? I don't know if we can watch the Super Bowl, but I'm going to watch the alternate Super Bowl halftime show. It's going to get broadcasted on YouTube. It's going to get broadcasted on Rumble. It's going to get broadcasted on Real America News. It's going to get broadcasted on, who is that? OAM or something on America News, and on Charlie Kirk's show, because it's the turning point, and they got some stars. I really want to see those stars. Okay, they really got a great lineup. Why doesn't the real Super Bowl give us some celebrities that would be really, really great to watch? So they actually have some really great stars. So I think the alternative Super Bowl show, the alternative halftime is what it's called. The alternative halftime show is going to start. It's also on TBN, which is kind of weird. But if you get TBN in your area, you'll be able to watch it on TBN. I'm going to watch it on Real America's News. That you could get for free just practically anywhere, and they're in high resolution, and it's probably going to give you a really good picture. Or YouTube. Okay, now I don't know how you're going to find it on YouTube, but look on Sunday at around 7:30. I don't even know if the game is going to get broadcast here in Miami. If it's not on one of the major channels, I don't have very many sports channels on the cable that I get. So I get friendly cable, friendly live streaming, because it's $5.99 a month. And it gives me all the channels that I personally like to watch. Okay, Great American Family, Hallmark, Up TV, some of the comedy channels, some of the cooking channels. It's got quite a few channels in there. And I just pay for my internet from AT&T Fiber, and I pay $5.99 a month. You got to pay for the whole year. Okay, so it's kind of like whatever, $5.99 times 12, $70 something, and it's done for the whole year. Now, because I have the little Roku box, there's a lot of free movie channels like Tubi, Plex. What's the other one that I watch? Tubi and Plex. There's a third one. You just get commercials. So that's where I get some of my, It Happened on Fifth Avenue. That's where I get the movie Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. And you get so much free TV, and all you need is your cable. Now, the cable is higher priced. What I'm paying, I think, $100 a month for cable. And that's because I have 1,000 up, 1,000 down, because I'm broadcasting all the time. But I could easily get away with 300 up and 300 down from AT&T. And like Randy has got problems with his piping, I would get galvanized pipe, and I'd run the pipe on my own. I'd run it under the ground, come up with a 45, a very gentle 45, because the fiber is stiff, and bring it up maybe 4 feet, okay? And then you put a rope through it, and if you don't know how to do a rope, I had to look up, because mine was like 70, I think 62 feet long, okay? So what you do is, you ever go to the grocery store and you get the plastic bags, you know, when they bag up your groceries in the front of the grocery store, they have, some of them still have paper, but most of them have that plastic bag, okay? So what you do is you get string, and you tie it, you get the plastic bag, flatten it out like this, get it in half, and then tie the string up really good, okay, in the half, and then bend it over, okay, and then slide it into the tube, and then you get a vacuum cleaner at the other end, one of those hose vacuums, okay, and make sure your string is all loose, and you vacuum it, and it pulls the string. It just suckles it all the way through, and you have the string hanging there, okay, and you tell the guy that's going to install it, you don't have to just tie it to the string and pull it. And when they came here, he said, that was the damn easiest installation I've ever done. I had no idea where you put it in the house. So I put it so that I had tubing going to my bedroom. Okay, so my main fiber comes right into the bedroom. And I had the tubing, and I had like, you can't do like a 90-degree angle. You've got to do like at least a 45. And if they have an easier bend, you want to do that. So Randy could actually get the galvanized pipe, because the dog can't chew through that. He'll sharpen his teeth or dull them, and bring it up, attach it to the shed, or better to the fence. The fence will stay there longer than the shed. Okay. And then bring it, dig it all the way through. But now he took care of it. He put a stepping stone. So it's a moot story. But that's how I would have handled it. And I would have brought it so that it came up and angle it so that the fiber goes right into the house where I want it to go. So with that, the dog can chew all he wants. He ain't going to chew through if there's another metal that's cheaper or better, you could do that. But the big thing I learned was how to get the string through. Because the AT&T, they're lazy. Lazy with a capital L-A. Okay? So you have to have the string, not the cheapest one. You want it to break. But you put that plastic bag from the grocery store, tie it up, stuff it in there, make the string so it's free to go, okay? If you got somebody to help you, which I don't think you have, okay? I didn't have somebody to help me. I just laid the string out right across the yard, okay? And then I put the vacuum, the wet and dry vac that you use for the garage, okay? I put it on. I tightened it so the air wouldn't leak. If I couldn't get it tight enough, I would have taped it, but I didn't have to. You turn it on, and it brings that string all the way in. Now, you do have to tie something at the end, because you don't want the string to come all the way through. You'll have to do it again. Okay? So you want to have a stopper. Okay? Tie it around a stick or something so that it doesn't go in. And that's how you could pull a really, really long string through just about any pipe. When you lay the pipe, or when you set your pipe, if it's something that you're doing in a home project or something, don't make exact 45s. At least 90s. At least a 45 rounded elbow, so that the string will just go right around and keep on going. Okay? All right, so I just thought of that. Yeah. What triggered me? Oh, subscribers. I need 2 more. I'm at 498 to get to 500. I wanted to say about the alternative Super Bowl show that I will be watching. The alternative halftime show starts Miami time, 7:30 in the evening. And YouTube, Rumble, A Real America's Voice, TBN, OAN, which is another large channel, but you have to be a subscriber there, or you have to be registered. Real America's Voice, you don't have to be registered. And all of you guys in here actually have a subscription to YouTube. So I believe it's being projected on YouTube. But if you go to YouTube Sunday night at 7:30 and they're not broadcasting it because of some strange reason, because we have very weird politics in this country right now, okay, find Real American Voice, Real America's Voice, or find TBN Broadcasting. If you have a TBN station local to you, you don't have to register or sign up for anything. Just get right over your antenna. All right, thank you for watching. Stay safe and keep smiling. Cheers. And if God is willing and the bridge isn't up, I'll see you next Friday and maybe next Wednesday. Those are just fun shows that I enjoy doing. All right, guys. I love you. Thank you for being here with me. What else can I say? All righty. Later, Gator. Bye.